Everybody, welcome back to the center lane, the political discussion for those of us in the middle. Not too far to the left, not too far to the right, straight down the middle. Compromise is not a four-letter word. Well, I guess by now everybody's heard about the tariffs, and as much as it is confusing to me and most other people, first off, the most confusing thing is why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Personally, I think that there's a few reasons. One thing, Trump really believes in tariffs. I mean, he, for some reason, has wants to go back to the good old days when America did make everything in-house, but we don't do that anymore. That ship has sailed, man. We're a global economy, and by doing tariffs and creating trade wars with one another, kind of hard to see the sense in that. I think, personally, he's getting some bad advice from his Commerce Secretary, Lutnick. That guy is, he's a trip, man. He's a billionaire realtor by profession, but now he's our Commerce Secretary. He wanted to be our Treasury Secretary. Thank God Trump didn't pick him for that. But the guy really wants to, put his 2 cents in. He has a lot of sway over Trump, So the advice he's getting from him is poor, I believe. I also think that tariffs, in some sense can make sense, but like again, I'm not an economist, but when you do broad tariffs across the entire world, basically, I mean, he's going for everything, every place, the smallest, the poorest of countries, tariffs. Now you wonder, well, people say, well, they have tariffs on us, why can't we reciprocate? Reciprocal means we do the same thing they do to us. Well, maybe there's some truth to that, but you have to look at the bigger picture too. First off, like, those countries are very poor, and tariffs really do help support their countries per se, because on a more even level, if long as there's not too much corruption there. Of course, that's always a factor as well. But and plus they're still saying things to us much cheaper than we can make them here, tariffs or not. Come on, there's no way. I mean, the truth is the pay scales are much lower there. It's much cheaper to make things in some of these third world countries, or less developed countries, and that's why the tariff is something that can help. Hopefully that benefits the people that live in those countries. Another thing too, it's like some things we can't do here. Like, he wants to bring everything back to America. First off, companies aren't going to just uproot and put a $10 billion factory here because of these tariffs. That's not going to happen. And even if it did, it's going to take not months, weeks, it's going to take years to make that decision. And a lot of people are going to wait this thing out. Trump's only going to be around 4 years. Are large corporations going to do that? No. You know what they are going to do? They're going to shutter down their businesses. They're going to slow down their businesses, and people are going to lose their jobs. That's what's going to happen, I think. But again, I'm not an economist, but I don't see how this is going to be beneficial to us in the short term or even in the long term. I mean, like I say, the genie's out of the bottle. This is the world economy. Yes, maybe there's some way, maybe he's using this as some kind of mastermind leveraging tool. It's all going to make sense, but stock market has just been tanking right now, and people are starting to get kind of nervous. And like I said, we can't grow we can grow bananas, maybe. We can't grow coffee in the United States. There are guys that drink coffee. I don't drink it. Ain't gonna hurt me none, but my wife drinks it. A lot of people drink it. It's gonna go up a lot. A lot of things are gonna go up, and it's gonna happen pretty quickly. So, this Commerce Secretary who was made the offhand comment about Social Security, like, oh, if we stop Social Security for a month and whoever complains the most, those are the ones that are committing fraud. What? What are you talking about? This guy just makes no sense. He's hurt because he didn't get this Treasury job, but thank God he didn't. We got a decent treasurer. Trump got a decent one there. I don't think it's going to hurt a lot of people. We use them a lot. Maybe you do too, but we order a lot of things through Temu. Yeah, it's from China. Okay. But the savings are there, and it increases our purchasing power. A lot of Americans' purchasing power, and maybe there's some way to negotiate that where it makes sense for everybody, and we're not getting ripped off, as Trump seems to say. But we're gonna miss them, over here. If you haven't used them before, it's Amazon on steroids. It takes longer to get stuff, but it's a lot cheaper, man. And half the stuff Amazon's getting is from China, anyways. I'm sorry, but that's just the naked truth of all that. Obviously, the stock market is tanking, so we'll see how far that goes, how much pain we can take there. Trump doesn't like when the stock market goes down. He does not. And then thinking that businesses are just going to move back to America and start making everything here, from buttons to every kind of computer chip you can think of. It's just not going to happen. It's not 1980. It's not 1950. And he likes the 1890s, the Gilded Age, which is even more ridiculous. And unfortunately, some of these tariffs have been caused some real damage to us. Some people say part of it was World War I, because isolationism. Them. Some people say it contributed a lot to the Great Depression. So, careful what you wish for and what you're doing. Another thing I wanted to talk about too is and this bothers me more almost as much as the tariffs, is Laura Loomer. If you haven't heard of her, she is a right-wing conspiracy theorist, like one of the most, she says some really terrible things about, 9/11 and school shootings, and, she's got all these wild conspiracy theories. And she made the headlines when Trump was going to the convention. She was on the plane with him, and people are going, what is she doing there? Well, just yesterday, she had a private meeting with Trump in the Oval Office. In the Oval Office. That's our office. That ain't Trump's office. That's the people's office. She shouldn't be 1,000 miles from in that office. And again, she has the president's ear. He made some firings from the NSA for national security. Hit the some lower people there. People got fired yesterday, and she made some recommendations. I'm going, maybe some people needed to be fired there, but you're listening to Laura Loomer. Man, I'm starting to really wonder about Trump, man. His judgment, is it ego? Does he have a plan that we just don't know about? Or does he have this figured out? Because I see things like that and I become alarmed. Hey, it's something, he had Marjorie Taylor Greene sitting next to him in the convention there, and he accepted the nomination and went back last summer, sitting there 2 days right next to him. I gotta wonder about Trump's judgment. I really do, and it's concerning. But anyways, keep an eye on that, because more of that is to follow. But again, he's our president. I want him to do well. I don't want him to fail. I like this tariff thing to work. I would. I just don't see it, but ain't that smart, right? Okay, that's it for today. Another beautiful day out here in Florida. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great day.